Hey, I'm Laura, and I'm so glad I get to be with you today. I've been waiting a really long time to meet you, so it's really good to see you today. Did you have a good day? I raked leaves today. Do you know why I was raking leaves? Because it's autumn, and I love autumn. Autumn is the third season. It comes after summer. Where I live, summer's very hot. But I know that autumn comes when the temperature starts to get cooler and the days start to get shorter and the nights start to get longer. I know it's autumn when it starts to get darker earlier. Have you noticed that? I love autumn and I love raking leaves. Where I live, the leaves, they turn colors. They go from green to brown, to red, to golden. It's so beautiful. And then something magical happens. The leaves fall from the trees. Fall is another word for autumn. Do you know why fall might be another word for autumn? Do you think it's because all the leaves fall from the trees? I think so. So, while I've been out, I've found some really neat leaves. Would you like to see them? This leaf is from a sycamore tree. A sycamore tree is a really big tree. And this leaf, it's as big as my face. These three leaves, this one is brown. This one is golden, and this one is golden and brown. And you know what? They all came from the same tree. I think it's really interesting how they look so different and they're so pretty, but they all came from the same oak tree. I love that. Our world is full of lots of different things. If we were all the same, or if everything was the same, I think that would be pretty boring, don't you? Hang these up here. So this last leaf, this is from the sweet gum tree. And I love this leaf. It's also like this one right here because it looks like a star. I think that's really neat. I also think it's fun that it has the name sweet gum. Do you think it grows sweet gum? I don't know. I'll have to ask some of my friends. I was outside raking leaves today, but creatures, like my friend Sammy the squirrel here, are busy outside working too. Sammy, you look like you were really busy today. What were you doing?
I was gathering nuts and seeds and acorns, because it's a busy time of year. I have to do that so that I can bury them in the ground. And then in the wintertime, then I can dig them up and eat my food.
Oh. Is it really hard work?
It's really hard work. I'm so tired.
Well, maybe you should take a rest.
Oh, there's no time to take a rest because I really have to bury a lot of acorns and seeds and nuts. Because I don't want to be hungry in the wintertime.
Oh, well, how do you know where you buried your seeds and nuts and acorns at?
Oh, sometimes I forget.
That's okay, Sammy. You know what? It's good that you bury all those acorns and nuts and seeds. I don't want you to be hungry in the winter either.
Thanks, Laura. It was really good to see you today. I better go because I have a lot of work to do.
Okay, Sammy. Thank you for coming by. I love you.
I love you too, Laura.
Hi, friends. This is my other friend, Mandy. Mandy, you want to say hello to my friends?
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Mandy. It's really nice to meet you.
Well, Mandy, you just missed our friend, Sammy the squirrel.
Oh, man. I always miss him. Well, what was he talking about?
Well, he was telling us about how he gathers nuts and seeds and acorns and then buries them so that he can dig them up and eat them in the wintertime. Oh yeah, that's really important. Yay, Sammy! I have an idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Okay, so Mandy and I want to give you some clues about a fun autumn food and see if you can guess what it is. Okay? Mandy, do you want to give the first clue?
Okay, so the first thing is it's mostly round, but sometimes it can be tall or oval.
Yeah, that was a good clue. And then also, there's lots of seeds inside of it.
That's a good one. And also it has the stem on top, and it kind of has a curvy stem at the top that sticks out.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And, oh, what about this one?
Yeah, it's orange.
So, do you think you can guess what Mandy and I are talking about? Did you guess a pumpkin?
A pumpkin, a pumpkin, a pumpkin, a pumpkin.
Yes, a pumpkin. Did you guess pumpkin too? Yes, it is a pumpkin. So like I was saying, that pumpkin and talking about that pumpkin food made me think of one of my favorite books called Pumpkin Soup. It's written by Helen Cooper, and she did the pictures too, which is really nice. This book is about a cat and a duck and a squirrel, and they're three friends, but they get into a little trouble, and it starts all because of a pot of pumpkin soup. These three friends live together in this little house. What do you think that little house is made of? I wonder. And here they are, making their pumpkin soup. They cut up the pumpkin and they add the water and put in a little bit of salt, and then it's just yummy. But then Duck has an idea. He decides that he wants to be the one to stir the soup, and no one else thinks that that's a very good idea. So, oh my, that doesn't look good, does it? Well, I don't want to ruin it for you, but you can find out what happens by checking this book out at your local library. I hope you really like it. Do you think that this squirrel here looks a little bit like Sammy the squirrel? I wonder if they're friends. And don't you think it's interesting that a cat and a duck and a squirrel can all be friends? They're all so different. But you know what? Friendship comes in many different ways. Friends are so important, and helping is important, and learning to work together is important. I know that when we help each other, we feel really happy inside. So I hope you love my book, and I hope you check it out. Something we like to make with pumpkin is pumpkin pudding, right, Sean?
Yeah.
Yep. And this dessert is great because it only needs 3 ingredients: pumpkin, vanilla pudding mix, and milk.
Yeah.
All right, so first we'll start with the vanilla pudding part of our pumpkin pudding. Sean, can you finish putting the pudding mix into our bowl? You'll want to make sure that you read your labels if you have allergies, because some pudding mixes have milk in it and some don't. This one didn't. And then we're going to put in our rice milk. Go ahead and pour it in. Woo. I'll help you. Great. Yep. All right, you set that down. And then we can start to stir. And as we stir, it'll get thick. You want to do that?
Yeah.
So after we've stirred for a bit, that didn't take long at all, did it, Sean?
No, not at all.
Then it gets to where it looks like this. And when you stir it and pick up then it doesn't drip down. So that's when you know that it's ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how even little children can help you make your pumpkin pudding. We will put this here. And then how about you hold this bag open for me right there at the tops. Yep, perfect. Then I'm going to pour our pudding in. Can you hold it up high so our friends can see? It's all going in our bag. Then we're going to add our pumpkin.
Main ingredient.
The main ingredient. All right. We're going to use about a half a can. If you want a lot of pumpkin taste to it, you can add half a can or a little more than half a can.
3/4 of a can.
So I think that's probably good for us. And then we're going to seal it up. You have a little air in there. You have to open it up, get that air out, and close it again. Now, even little children can do this part. Sean, can you scrunch that up for me? Yep, mix it all up. Use those good hand muscles. This is helping. And it certainly makes me happy to have a helper in the kitchen. Yep, we can even do it together. How about that? And mix it all up. What do you think?
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
Looks great.
Looks great.
Smells like pumpkin.
Smells like pumpkin. All right. And then, should we show our friends what it's like when it's all ready? In the bag, it looks like this. I'm gonna hold that for our friends. And fresh out of the fridge, it looks like this. So now all that's left to do is take a bite. All right. High five. Good job. Thanks for your help today.
Welcome.
Mandy and I sure are glad that we got to spend a little bit of time with you today, right, Mandy? Uh-huh. Should we sing them our special song?
Oh, yes.
All right. Be all you can be and see all you can see and share all that you have to share so that those who need your love can see how good things can be. For you are loved and he is loved and she is loved and they are loved. But there are those who need our love. So be all you can be and see all you can see and share all that you have to share so that those who need our love can see how good things can be. Bye for now.